When families entrust their most vulnerable loved ones to caregivers, they place sacred trust in hands they believe will nurture, protect, and comfort. But what happens when those hands choose neglect over care, convenience over compassion, leading precious lives to preventable deaths? Today, one caregiver faces the ultimate reckoning.
She doesn't care. Meet someone who actually looks after us, not just goes through the motions.
This is ridiculous! I'm done with this nonsense!
Sharon Williams, your earthly journey has ended. You stand now before the throne of eternal judgment, where every action, every choice, every moment of your life will be examined.
What? Where am I? I was at work. Mrs. Patterson needed her medication. I need to get back.
You will never return to that place. You collapsed in the facility's break room. A massive stroke. You died instantly, though your patients, the ones still alive, died slowly under your care.
I'm dead? No, that can't be right. I'm only 43. I have my whole life ahead of me.
You had your whole life. You spent 17 years as a caregiver, in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. You were entrusted with the most vulnerable, the elderly, the sick, the ones who could not care for themselves. Tell me, Sharon, how did you honor that trust?
I did my job. I worked long hours for low pay. I took care of people nobody else wanted to deal with.
You worked long hours, yes. But did you care? Or did you simply show up, collect a paycheck, and count the minutes until you could leave?
That's not fair. You don't know how hard that job is. Do you know what it's like to change adult diapers? To be yelled at by dementia patients? To clean up vomit and waste every single day?
I know what you endured. I also know what you chose to do and not do in response to that hardship. Sharon Williams, you are here to answer for 11 deaths. 11 elderly people who died under your care because you neglected your duties.
11? No. I never killed anyone. People in nursing homes die. That's just what happens. They were old. They were sick.
They were old and sick, yes. But they didn't have to die when they did, or how they did. They died because you were too lazy, too indifferent, too focused on your phone and your convenience to do the job you were paid to do.
You're making it sound like I'm a murderer?
Are you not? When you ignore a call button for hours, when you skip medication schedules, when you leave someone lying in their own waste until they develop fatal infections, what would you call that?
It wasn't like that. I was overwhelmed, understaffed. I had too many patients.
Sharon Williams, I'm the angel who witnessed every moment of your 17 years as a caregiver. I stood beside every patient you neglected. I heard every unanswered cry for help.
Then you know how impossible the job was. 12 patients per shift, some of them requiring constant attention. I couldn't be everywhere at once.
No one expected you to be everywhere at once, but they expected you to be present where you were. They expected you to answer call buttons within reasonable time. They expected you to follow medication schedules. They expected basic human dignity.
Oh, this is delicious. The caregiver who didn't care. The helper who let people suffer. Sharon, my dear, I've been watching you for years, and I must say you were magnificently terrible at your job.
Who are you?
I am Lucifer, and I'm here to present the case for why your soul belongs in hell. And believe me, it's going to be easy. Let's start with victim number 1, shall we?
Lucifer, let her speak first. Let her explain herself.
Explain what? How she scrolled through social media while Mr. Henderson pressed his call button 83 times before dying of a heart attack. How she falsified medication records to cover her laziness. How she left Mrs. Patterson in a wet diaper for 11 hours, causing the sepsis that killed her.
You don't understand what it was like.
Oh, I understand perfectly. You wanted the paycheck, but not the work. You wanted the title of caregiver without the actual caring. You were a fraud in scrubs, Sharon, and 11 people paid with their lives.
Lucifer, you will have your turn to present evidence. But first, Sharon will speak. Tell me, why did you become a caregiver?
I needed a job. I had bills to pay, 2 kids to support after my divorce. The certification program was quick and affordable. I thought I could do it.
And at first, you did. Your first 2 years, you were attentive, compassionate. You held patients' hands, sang to them, treated them with dignity. What changed?
I got tired. The job wore me down. Every day was the same nightmare, calling out, begging for help, screaming, bodily fluids, death. Patient after patient died, and I felt like I was just waiting for the next one to go. It felt pointless.
So you stopped trying?
I didn't stop completely. I still did my rounds. I still gave medications.
Lies, you skipped medications constantly. You documented care you never provided. You sat in the break room watching TikTok while your patients suffered.
Because I was exhausted. Because I was doing the work of 3 people for minimum wage. Because the facility was understaffed and management didn't care. Why am I being punished when the whole system was broken?
The system was broken, Sharon. That's true. But you still had choices within that broken system. Other caregivers in the same facility, working the same hours for the same pay, still managed to show compassion.
The perfect ones. The saints. They probably burned out eventually, too.
Some did, some didn't. But we're not here to judge them. We're here to judge you. Tell me about Mrs. Eleanor Patterson.
I don't remember every patient.
Oh, you remember her, 78 years old, dementia, completely dependent on you for everything. Ring any bells now?
Yes, I remember her.
Tell me what happened to her.
She died of sepsis, an infection from a bed sore.
Not just a bed sore, a stage 4 pressure ulcer that went down to the bone because you left her lying in the same position for days because you were too lazy to turn her every 2 hours like you were supposed to.
I was busy with other patients.
We have the facility logs, Sharon. On the night shift when Mrs. Patterson should have been turned every 2 hours, you were in the break room. Security footage shows you on your phone for 6 consecutive hours. You checked on her once in an entire 8-hour shift.
She had dementia. She didn't even know who I was. She couldn't tell me she was in pain.
She couldn't speak, but she cried. She moaned. Her body showed every sign of distress. You chose not to see it because acknowledging it would have required work.
I'm not a monster. I'm just someone who got overwhelmed and made mistakes.
Mistakes? 11 dead people aren't mistakes. They're a pattern. They're a choice. You chose your comfort over their lives, your convenience over their dignity, your entertainment over their survival.
I accept whatever suffering awaits, whatever trials I must face. I accept it. I don't deserve mercy, but if you're offering transformation, I'll take it.
Do not accept lightly, Sharon. What I'm offering is not mercy. It is justice tempered with possibility. You will suffer immensely. You will cry out for death, and it will not come. You will beg for relief that will be denied. You will experience the full weight of what you inflicted, multiplied by 11 lives.
I understand. Or at least, I will understand. That's the point, isn't it?
The path you're choosing is harder than damnation. In hell, you would suffer but remain unchanged. On this path, you must suffer and transform. Most souls break rather than bend.
Then I'll try not to break. I owe them that much. I can never give you back the dignity I stole. But maybe I can learn what dignity means.
I hope you do, Sharon. I hope you emerge from this journey, understanding that every call button is a cry for help from a human being who matters. And I hope you learn that being present truly, present for someone in their final moments, is a sacred duty, not a burden.
I will remember. In my suffering, I will remember. And when I'm reborn, vulnerable and dependent, I will remember what it feels like to be dismissed, ignored, dehumanized.
Then go, Sharon Williams. Enter the realm of purification. You will live 11 deaths, slowly, painfully, completely. You will feel every moment your victims felt. And when you have truly understood, you will be reborn into helplessness, where you will spend an entire lifetime learning compassion through dependence.
This is not justice. This is rehabilitation.
Justice without the possibility of transformation is merely vengeance, Lucifer. Sharon will suffer more than you comprehend, but her suffering will have purpose, too. Remake a soul that destroyed itself through apathy.
To my victims, I cannot ask forgiveness. What I did is unforgivable. But I promise you this, if I survive this journey, if I make it through the suffering and the rebirth, I will dedicate whatever it comes after to honoring your memories. I will become living proof that even the most apathetic soul can learn to care.
May you find the strength to endure, Sharon. May your suffering break open your heart instead of breaking your spirit. May you emerge worthy of the mercy you've been given.
Let Sharon Williams be a lesson to all caregivers. The vulnerable are not burdens. They are human beings deserving of dignity. Neglect is not a passive failure. It is an act of destruction. And apathy is not mere indifference. It is a form of death you inflict on others and yourself. That remains to be seen. The path of transformation is long and treacherous. She may fail. She may give up. She may emerge broken rather than remade. But I have given her the chance. What she does with it is her choice. Those who created and maintained that system will face their own judgments. Sharon's guilt does not erase their guilt, but each soul must answer for their own choices within the systems they inhabit.
Lord, I confess I struggled to defend her. Her crimes were so clear, her victims so numerous.
Yet you tried. Angel, that is your nature, to seek the redeemable in even the most fallen. That quality is why you serve me.
I still say she deserved eternal hellfire. 11 deaths through neglect. That's not a mistake, it's systematic evil.
And she will suffer for it, Lucifer. Make no mistake, the purification. I've assigned her as torment beyond your understanding. She will experience every second of agony she caused, every moment of abandonment, every feeling of worthlessness, and then she will live an entire lifetime at the mercy of caregivers who may or may not value her humanity.
It is both punishment and opportunity.
As all true justice should be. Someday, Lucifer, you may understand that destruction is easy, transformation is hard. I do not seek to simply punish. I seek to redeem what was lost, restore what was broken, resurrect what died.
Even souls who killed through apathy.
Especially those, because apathy is the disease that allows all other evils to flourish. If Sharon can learn to care deeply after killing through not caring at all, she becomes proof that empathy can be reborn even in the deadest heart. Sharon Williams's judgment reminds us that caregiving is not just a job, it's a sacred trust. The vulnerable depend on caregivers not just for physical needs, but for dignity, for humanity, for proof that their lives still matter.